Or do you want to do it with a piece of paper? What do you think?
I would like to do it with my phone.
Okay, do it with your phone then, that's all right.
You ready? It's rolling. Hey, this is Jessica Dong. I'm the author of the Management Rights Formula and co-founder of Saya Management Rights. Today we are going through the training for on-site managers covering 15 topics. Here with me is Guy Brown, is our on-site manager trainer. Okay, so the first topic we are going to cover is how to deal with outside agents.
Okay, dealing with outside agents. So this is probably one of the main issues that on-site managers face on a day-to-day basis. There'll be outside agents coming in, they'll be dropping leaflets and things like that, knocking on people's doors. And depending on the split with the management site itself, there might be some owner-occupiers and then there might be the tenants. So really they're not going to get anything out of the tenants, it's the owner-occupiers. What the on-site manager will have to do to sort of combat that would be they'll have to keep in contact with the owners on a regular basis. So the outside agent will be doing things like they'll be on RP Data or Price Finder, they'll be contacting the owners directly, asking them when they're thinking about selling, building a rapport with them and all that kind of thing. So the on-site manager is going to have to match what the outside agent is doing. So they'll have to increase the communication with the owners. They'll have to do a competitive appraisal on a regular basis. So whether or not the owner has actually asked for an appraisal, it's just as a matter of fact, the on-site manager should be offering an appraisal once every 6 months, just to say, okay, this is what's happened so far this year. These properties have sold in the local area. This is what they sold for. This is what we think your property is currently worth, and then give them feedback on the tenants. If the tenant's going to be long term, if they are thinking about selling the property, would they look at a drop in the commission or something like that to keep the outside agents at bay. So there's lots of different areas where they improve their communication, compete with the outside agent financially, and basically offer a better service. Because the on-site manager is based there, they know the tenants, so they'll have better access to the property, they know the local area, they know the complex, and if they've had good enough training, then they'll be able to sell the property so long as it's reasonably priced. So it's a case of you're the best person for the job at the end of the day, not the outside agent. And that's pretty much that topic covered, I think.
Okay, I guess the questions might come up is what type of things do outside agents actually can offer the owners or investors in the complex that would give them a competitive edge? Because we have seen in many complexes with for sale sign that are from a few different big franchise agencies.
Yeah.
What would you think that what they are offering from your experience?
Well, they tend to offer a couple of different websites. So they'll have their own internal website. So if it's a Remax or an LJ Hooker or somebody like that, they'll have their own internal website that they advertise on. Then they'll have websites probably going over to China and different locations in the world. They'll advertise on REN and Domain, and then they'll do newspaper advertising as well. So they'll have a package put together which an on-site manager, unless they've done sales in the past, might not be able to offer the same kind of package. So from the on-site manager's point of view, what they want to do is they want to test the agent in the area, ring up and make an inquiry and get the agent to email through what their marketing plan is and how much it costs. Because then they can see then, well, which websites is it going on, how much is it costing, and all that kind of thing. And then they can emulate what the outside agent does. So you want to do comparing apples with apples. You want to be able to say, okay, they're using a Chinese website to advertise. How much does that cost? Can I get in contact with that company? And can I also advertise on that website as well? So you're doing a like for like. The only other thing that an outside agent has got over an on-site manager is brand awareness. So if it's an LJ Hooker or Ray White, somebody like that, people know that brand. So it might be that the on-site manager might align themselves with a local real estate agency, or join some sort of franchising. I've known that Remax has done that, and LJ Hooker, and there's another Rain and Horn. A few other companies have done it, but that's depending on the on-site manager. The on-site manager might decide to set up their own branding just for the complex and their own business within there, and then they might start to look at, you know, sales outside of the complex and rentals outside the complex. So it just depends on where they want to go. But that's the strongest thing that an outside agent's got, is a well-known brand, versus an on-site manager, you know, Joe Blogs or whoever he is, people have never heard of. So that, apart from that, if you can offer apples for apples, the same service, same advertising, same websites, all that kind of thing, and you've got a bad knowledge of the complex, that should be enough to tip it in your favour, basically.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.